DawgNation, also known as the University of Georgia and the birthplace of higher education. They are a great fighter in the war against increased carbon emissions. The university has and will continue to take strides in their goal in reducing their carbon footprint on the world. The University of Georgia is maximizing their efforts to reduce their greenhouse emissions with effective technology. 84% of UGA's carbon emissions are attributed to fossil fuel use related to facility energy consumption. 14% of UGA's carbon emissions come from fossil fuel use and UGA-related transportation. The remaining 2% of UGA's emissions are primarily generated by agricultural practices and landfill waste. In this video, we will focus on the energy and transport. Energy use represents the largest segment of UGA's greenhouse gas footprint at 267,434 tons of carbon dioxide emissions. The 2020 strategic plan outlines goals that will reduce the university's energy-related carbon footprint, including a 20% overall greenhouse gas emissions reduction compared to 2010 and a 25% reduction in energy use intensity per square foot compared to 2007. By 2020, UGA also commits to purchasing 10% of energy from renewable sources, generating 10% consumed energy on-site using renewable sources, and evaluating on-site renewable energy opportunities for all capital projects. As of 2015, UGA's energy reduction achievements include the reduction of energy use intensity by 17.5% since 2007, the steam pit rehabilitation program, including the reinstallation and repair of 75 steam pits on UGA's Athens campus, has reduced steam energy inputs by 13% since 2010. On March 24, 2015, the steam plant's aging coal-fired boiler became history. A new electroid boiler took its place in the fall of 2015 to supplement the existing natural gas boilers during periods of extreme cold and/or natural gas curtailment. Compared to 2014 usage, this will reduce greenhouse gas emissions from the steam plant by 5% and overall UGA emissions by about 1%, taking into account the resulting greenhouse gas emissions from increased electricity usage. Demand-controlled ventilation retrofits have been added to classrooms to reduce conditioning fresh air during periods of low or no occupancy, and this technology is now common in new building designs. This is important because although heating, ventilating, and air conditioning systems maintain thermal comfort and air quality for buildings, they consume 31 to 40% of the overall energy consumption and account for about 40 to 60% of the total electricity of buildings. The results of a series of case studies show that the energy consumption for the fans decreased by 50 to 55% and ventilation heat losses decreased by 34 to 47% if demand-controlled ventilation was used. The UGA campus transit system is the largest in the United States, surpassing 11 million passenger trips yearly. Transportation accounts for 24,766 tons of carbon dioxide emissions, or 14% of the University of Georgia's total gross emissions. By 2020, UGA commits to increase the number of campus bus passengers, increase by 20% the number of faculty, staff, and students who bus, bike, or walk to campus, increase the number of alternative transportation permit users by 20%, and establish a carpool membership program with 1,000 members. Transport-related achievements by UGA include Bulldog Bikes, a bike share program that encourages UGA community members to use bicycles as a primary source of transportation on and around campus. UGA Campus Transit has increased ridership from 9 million to 11 million passengers between 2010 and 2015, which is a 22% increase. The University of Georgia will be the university with the largest transportation of 333 electric buses on campus by 2021. This is important because vehicles equipped with conventional fossil fuel engines are responsible for more than 70% of air pollution in big cities. Electrical buses are sustainable technologies that emit zero emissions. As you can see, UGA is trying its very best to make a positive impact on the world's environment. Go Dogs! Some issues I encountered through the process of creating this project was finding sources that related to UGA's sustainability plan. Since I was talking about a college, they did not have a lot of sources pertaining specifically to UGA's sustainability plan, so I had to improvise and think outside the box. That's when I used the online school library to find sources that supported my claims that certain aspects of the UGA sustainability plan were efficient, such as demand-controlled ventilation. There wasn't much opposing evidence to be found because it did appear that UGA was trying its best to reduce carbon emissions. Although the huge carbon footprint the University of Georgia has on the world could be connected to opposing evidence, the efforts in reducing that carbon footprint are supporting evidence. I anticipate using the skills I mastered doing this project by helping reduce my carbon footprint on campus by using public transportation or bicycles instead of my own personal car.